Hello everyone. For my final project, I decided to do the Gummy Bear Arena game. For the base development of my game and the audio and graphical components, I used SFML. It's basically a multimedia library. It's written already in C++, so that's why I have to include the SFML graphics, audio, and it also has the window that the game is actually going to be played on. So for this first class here, it's called character class. This is the base class for all the characters in the game. So the opponent and the player gummy bear, and it has all the stats and the name, level, points, and health. So I'll scroll down a little bit as you guys see. Constructor, getters, and setters. Another class I had was the gummy bear class. So this is a class for the player gummy bear, and it has inheritance from the character class, opponent class, similar to the gummy bear class, except this is the class for the opponent gummy bear, and it also inherits from the character class. So in both of these, they also have a override for the attack method, and it also has a method for resetting the health at the beginning of each round. This is the training class. So this takes care of the training feature in the game. It contains a static method for training the player's gummy bear, and it increases the stats of the player's gummy bear. So, as you can see, the stat boost and getting all the stats, the previous stats from the player's gummy bear. And for functions, this is the save and load function. So I'm going to scroll and kind of talk. So these functions allow the game to be either saved or to load a previous saved file. So as you can see, it's going to save all the data into a file, and if it's unable to, it'll give you an error message. And if it's successful, the game saves successfully. And this is for the user, the player information, and same for the enemy, the opponent gummy bear. So you can choose to save the player gummy bear stats or the opponent or both. So if you want to save your player, you press 1, 0 for enemy, or you can do both. And this is loading. So another class I did was, I called it the ball class. This is basically, this takes care of the attacking aspect. So in my game, I did a fireball that you can shoot out on both the player and the opponent. So this represents the fireball that you use to attack. So there's methods for launching, updating, drawing, and checking if the fireball is active. I'm going to kind of speed up a little bit. So this is the main function of the game, and I'm going to scroll and talk as well. So this initializes the game window and handles all the game logic. So everything in here will include the event handling for user inputs, so game controls, launching attacks, jumping. Also handles collision detection, so if you successfully hit the opponent with a fireball, it will make sure it registers and takes away appropriate damage, or takes away appropriate health. And this is text, how the text is going to appear for different various stages of the game. So this is how font, color, size for the new game screen, load game screen, training screen, etc. Play game screen. This is going to load the game background. And these are going to load the gummy bear graphics, enemy graphics, the fireball graphics. This is the gravity for the gummy bear. So if you, for instance, if you jump or the opponent jumps, it will make sure it comes back down and doesn't stay in the air. It has some sort of gravity effect so that it comes down at a certain speed. More text. This is the audio portion of the game. So in SFML you can take a file. So in this instance, this is the file is sound MP3. So it would take that audio and play it during certain parts of the game. So for instance, if you hit the opponent with a fireball or the opponent hits you, it will play the hit sound. If you start the game, it'll play a start. And if you're training, it'll play a different sound. So each part of the game has its own sounds. These are the positions of the gummy bear. So the starting position of the player will be on the left side, and the opponent will be directly in front on the right side. This is the game loop. So this is going to control while the window is open once you start the game. New game, loading game. So on the first part, this part is the first screen of the game. It will ask you if you want to start a new game or if you want to load a different saved file game. And then once you get past that page and you select an option, it will give you another option of whether to play the game or if you want to do the training. So if you select play game, it'll take you right into the gameplay. If you select training, it'll allow you to train before you fight the opponent so that your stats are increased. This is the main game loop. So this handles all the game controls, making sure you jump when space is pressed, attacking when F is pressed, making sure a new ball is, or new fireball is thrown each time you press F. And then this handles all the enemy attacks. So, and obviously the enemy is the computer, so it has a timer to make sure it has some sort of randomness to it of how it attacks and for jumping. And this is checking for collisions. If you hit the opponent with a fireball or vice versa, make sure it registers correctly. And I'm running out of time. This is the health bar and the name, level, and points of each character in the game. It appears at the top of the game, and it also has a green health bar with it as well. This is more just drawing, the ending menu page, more text, and then if you want to play again and reset all the conditions, this makes sure that happens. And I'm going to try to add some gameplay at the end. Thank you.